Okay, let's make a start now. And who's going to share your screen for today? Any volunteer? Guys, who is going to share your screen? Okay.
I have shared.
Thank you. Okay. Bring this tab outside so that it will be better. Okay, perfect. Makes sense. Now just show the resource group. It should be empty so that our desk is clean and we will quickly make a start. Perfect. So delete this guy as well.
Delete this. Is this chargeable?
It won't, but let's have the clean process that everything needs to be deleted once we close it. Okay, okay. Now the disk is clean. Now we will quickly make a start. So now I'm going to talk about networking. Okay. So anyone in this group who already worked on networking by any chance? A quick round of S now.
No.
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 How about others?
No.
No. Okay, not a problem. So most of the people might have not worked on it. So networking is something like which is going to be little bit easy, little bit hard. If you are giving your 100%, then it's going to be easy. If you're not giving your 100%, then it's going to be hard. So it is absolutely on your hand how you are going to handle it. Okay. And for networking, you don't want any kind of prerequisite skills. And as I mentioned in the day one, I'm going to completely talk everything from zero so that you can able to get my points very clear. So give you 100% of focus. Just try saying yes or no so that you will learn high the ladder. Okay. Just for networking, do that process so that you will learn better. That's a small hint that I can able to give right now. So quickly, let's make a start for this guy. And let me share my screen for now to talk about the basic theoreticals. Then we will do the practicals in a screen. So I share my screen. My screen is visible.
Yeah.
Guys, my screen is
Yes.
visible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes.
Okay. So when it comes to networking, one thing that will come into head, which is known as an IP address. IP address basically will be something like this. 4 different segments will be there. And each segment, it will be the range of between 0 to 255. Okay. It might be any number. It might be 0 or it might be 1, 2, 3. It might be 255. Any number it can be, but it will be within this range for sure. It implements for all the 4. Okay. So it will not start with 754 or 800 or 900. No, it won't work like that. Okay. That we have to keep in the head. And this IP address further divided into 2 parts. One is public IP address, another one is private IP address. What is public IP address and what is private IP address? Does anyone knows the difference between the public IP address and private IP address by any chance? Anyone?
Public IP address is something that is exposed to the external network, whereas the private IP address is limited to a VPC or a private network.
Okay. So what is public IP address? This particular IP address can be accessed by anyone. Okay. I can access, you can access, the person sitting in US can access, the person sitting in Australia can access. Anyone in this globe can able to access this particular IP address, which means like it has been exposed over the internet. Anyone can able to access this particular IP address. That is known as a public IP address. Then what is private IP address? This is a little bit challenging for me to explain it. So I'm going to draw a small diagram, which might give you a better clarity for it. Now let's take that there is an office. Okay. And the office campus is very huge. So if you want to move from one place to another place, you cannot able to walk in because the campus is very big. So what the office is doing, they are arranging a small bus What this bus will do, this bus will roam around the campus. Generally, we call it a shuttle, right? So anyone of the employee who wants to take this bus, they can just sit and they can just roam around the campus. This is a small bus which is running inside the compound of the office. This is known as a private IP address, which means now private IP address is something like it's not exposed to the outer world. Okay, it is something exposed to the which means like on the boundary. Okay, this is known as private. I repeat my statement again. Public IP is something like anyone can able to access it. Okay. But private IP, you can able to access it only if you're under that particular zone, or only if you're under that compound, or only if you're under the organization. Whatever name you want, you can put it, but you should be within that boundary, then only you can able to access. Now, there is an employee who can able to access this bus. We all know that. Now, let's assume that this is you and me. We are outside. Can we go and sit in the bus? Are we allowed to sit?
No.
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 Why we are not allowed to sit on the bus?
Because we are not the part of that organization.
Yes, 200% she is right. Because we are not part of that organization. So how you can just directly go inside the office and you can sit on the bus? You're not allowed, right? First, you want to be a part of that organization. Then only you are allowed to sit on the bus. Okay. You can just take an example of college or hospital or anything. Okay. So just giving a small example. Now, just take there is a government bus this day. Okay. Anyone can access. I can access. The employee can access. Anyone in this world can go and sit in the bus. Right. So that is known as public. Private, which is running inside the compound. Everyone are clear? A quick round of S now.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we are clear with the public and private IP. Let me move on to the next one, which is known as CIDR. So now there is an IP address. And this IP address / one number will be there, that is known as CIDR. If I put 16 here, then 16 is a CIDR. If I put 24, then 24 is a CIDR. So any IP address / some numbers are there, right? Those numbers are known as CIDR. Now, I put the /16 as a CIDR. Then I can able to create 65,536. If I put the CIDR as 224, then I can able to create 256. Okay. Now, what is this CIDR? What is this number? How 16 can make 65,536? How this 24 can make 256? Other things will be running inside your head. I know that. Okay. Just I give you 30 seconds of time. Just try to keep these two numbers inside your head. Okay. Don't ask any questions. Just have these two numbers inside the head. 30 seconds. Okay. Now, if you would have noticed quietly one thing, this is the phenomena how it works. When the number is increasing, okay, there will be the IP creations will be less. When the numbers are decreasing, the IP creations will increase. Okay. Now, what is this phenomena? Let's try to understand. Now, when the number is increasing, now guys, you let me know which is a greater number, 16 or 24. Which is a greater number, guys? As per the max?
24.
24.
24 is a greater number. Since 24 is a greater number, this guy can able to create only less number of IP address. Just see, this guy can able to create 65,000, but this guy can able to create only 256. Okay. Now let's come to the second one. Now when the number is decreasing, okay. Now you please let me know which is the least number. 24 is the least number or 16 is the least number?
16.
16 is the least number. Since this guy is least, this guy can able to create more number of IP address. Okay, this is a simple phenomena that you have to keep when it comes to CIDR. Everyone are clear? Can I have a quick round of S now?
Yes.
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 Okay, perfect. Now, when I put 16, what is this 65,536? How this has been calculated? Basically, it's a max. Okay, so you wanted to have a paper and a pen and a calculator to sit and do this job. Okay, so now in the technological world, now you don't want to know that much very detail about it. Okay, so you can ignore this, and I will let you know why you can ignore this. These numbers will be populated inside the portal itself. Okay, so you doesn't want to keep these things inside the head, but just for the reference, keep those two numbers alone in the head. That might help you. Okay, that's the reason. And if you want to learn how this max calculation is working, when I put 16, how the 65,536 has came, I want to know better about it. Just Google it or just do a YouTube. There are like multiples of videos which will show you how this calculation is working on. It works on 2, 4, 6, 8. Some binary things will be involved. It will be working in that way. Okay, if you're interested, you can just read that. So I don't want that, then ignore it. Not a problem. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the next slide. Now, these are the topics which you would have read in the class between 6 to 8 for sure. Okay, public IP, private IP, CIDR, we would have read. Okay, since we are all human beings, we cannot keep all things inside the head. Not a problem. Okay, now VNet and Subnet. What is VNet? What is Subnet? Before I go into that, you just want to keep this very key important point inside the head. VNet and Subnet are private. Okay, I repeat the statement again. VNet and Subnet are private. Keep this point inside the head. Okay. Now, what is VNet and what is Subnet? VNet is the outer one, and Subnet is the inner one. You can able to create multiple subnets inside the VNet. Subnet 1, Subnet 2, like that, you can able to create n number of subnets inside the VNet. Okay, VNet is the outer one, Subnet is the inner one. You can able to create multiple subnets inside the VNet. Okay, now there is a VNet with a size of 10. Okay, now I try to create the first subnet 5, and I try to create the subnet 2 with 5. Now if I try to create the subnet 3, I will get an error. Just few minutes back you said you can able to create multiple subnets, but why you can't able to create the subnet 3 right now? Because the reason is very simple. There is a count. What is the total count of the VNet? It's 10, and both the 10s are being occupied inside the subnet 1 and subnet 2. Just do the addition of it. 5 plus 5 is 10. So you have met the count. So when you try to create any other extra subnets, you cannot able to do it. Okay, to make it even more better and clear, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put this guy as 4. Now if I try to create the subnet 3 with the size as 1, I can able to create. Okay, when I try to create the fourth subnet, I cannot able to create it, because the reason is again very simple. Already the VNet size is 10, and since we have already met that, we cannot able to create any other extra subnets. Everyone are clear? One more round of S now.
Yes.
No, Satish.
Okay, I repeat my statement again. Okay, so VNet is the outer one, subnet is the inner one. You can able to create multiples of subnets inside the VNet. Okay, now if you see my example, there is a VNet with a size of 10, and if you do the addition of subnet 1, subnet 2, and subnet 3, which is equivalent to 10, 5 plus 4 is 9, and 9 plus 1 is 10, right? So
Okay.
the already the count is made, so you can't able to create something extra. To be very
Okay.
clear and clean and neat, I will give you one more example. Just keep this VNet as a house, okay, and subnet as a room. Okay, now in your house there might be 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, there might be a hall, there might be a kitchen, like that, which forms the house, right? So the VNet is a house and subnet are the rooms. Now the house owner is saying that, hey boss, only 10 people are allowed inside this house. Now you accommodated 5 people inside the room number 1, and you accommodated 4 people inside the room number 2. and you accommodated one more guy in the room number 3. Now, if you try to bring new people to the house lord will allow you, or the house owner will allow you?
No, no.
No.
No, for sure. Because already you've met the count. How you can able to bring the new entry? You can't, right? Like the same way, the total count is something important. You just want to keep that inside the head. Clear?
Got it. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Makes sense. Now let's do the combination of every learning that makes better. Now I'm going to create a VNet with an IP address of CIDR 16. Okay. Now, okay. Now I'm going to create a subnet 1 with a / of 24. And I'm going to create the subnet 2, which is / again 24. Guys, you know very well that what is 16? 16 is nothing but, I write it at the top, 65,536. On what is this 24 means? 256.
256.
So 256. Now I create something like this. So it is possible. So now there is a house, and inside the house they can able to stay how many people? 65,536 people can stay inside this house. And the room number 1 I allocate 256 people, and inside the room number 2 I allocate 256 people. So this is achievable for me. Now I want to create the remaining entire guys inside the subnet 3. Then what do I need to do? I need to do a simple max calculation. What is the max of it? 65,536 minus 256, again minus 256. Some number will be there. Okay, I cannot calculate that, and I will put that here. That will be the remaining number. Now the remaining entire number I dropped in as 3. Now if I try to create a subnet 4, can I able to create, or I cannot?
You can.
How about others?
No.
No,
No, because it's
No.
full
Definitely the
already.
answer is no.
that has been met.
I
Because
mean,
already we have met the total count, right? How you can able to create something extra? It's not possible.
If we need to create the new one means we have to recalculate the calculation. I mean, the previous one. Right?
The guy who's talking right now, your voice is not feasible for me.
Is
You're
it
saying,
audible?
yeah, somewhat better.
Yeah. If we want to create the new S4 means we want to recalculate the calculation.
Yes.
Previously you did right.
Yes.
The
Yes.
65,536 minus
Yes.
256 minus 256. So if
Guys, everyone.
you, yeah, if you,
Yes,
you
I got your
do
point.
like, yeah, we can create a S4.
Okay, thank you. So now, guys, now everyone are clear with the statement that the subnet 4 is not possible to create, because all
Yeah.
the remaining numbers are already present inside the subnet 3, and if you do the addition of it, already it meets the count. How you can able to create the subnet 4? Everyone are clear?
Yeah.
Yes. No.
It's clear now.
Yeah, it's clear.
Perfect. So I put a stop here. Okay, so let's do this practically, and then we will understand better. Then we will do something higher the ladder. Okay, so now you can please share your screen, and let me do the attendance in the background. Karthik Vishwa, like, have you given your name and a phone number in the group?
Yes, Satish. I already start
Oh.
in WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now let's do our learning. Just let's create the VNet. Just type VNet in the search. Click on virtual network and click on a create button. Now it's a kind of a resource. I need to keep it inside the resource group, and you know what naming convention that we will give. And this guy, you can give a name called VNet1. This is the first VNet I'm going to create. So I give a name called VNet1. And usually my region will be Central India. Click on the next button for 2 times. Okay. Now just show me the table. Yeah, perfect. Hold on here. Now there is an IP address. What is the IP address? 10.0.0.0. Okay. Forward slash, there is a number. What is a number? 16. What is 16? 16 is nothing but 65,536. And you can able to see the number at the bottom. Can you keep your cursor over there? Yeah. So this is the number when you keep 16. Now let's play around on it. Just select the drop down list and make the CIDR as 15. Okay. Now see what is a number when you keep 15. So when the numbers are decreasing, you know what is the phenomena, how it works. When it decreasing, it will increase, right? The vice versa of it. Now it becomes 1,31,000 something. Okay. Now let's bring it to 14 and let's see how it works. Bring it to 14. It becomes 2,62,000. So when you keep on decreasing it, the number of addresses will keep on increase. Let's make a play around on it. Okay. So now, so hold on. Okay. Don't click anything extra. Now you can just click on the drop down list and make it 16. So what is 16? 16 is nothing but 65,536. If I bring it to 17, then what will happen? Let's have a small check. It becomes 32,000. Okay.
Almost
So
half.
which is changing. So we know how it basically works. So when it increase, it will decrease. When it decrease, it will increase. Perfect. Now let's keep it 16. 16 is the default number which Microsoft suggests. Let's go with that. Not a problem. Now I want to create a subnet. And below that table, you can able to see there is a subnet. And the subnet name is known as default. I don't like that name. So click on the pencil button, which is edit. And the second option, which is name. Delete that name, subnet, and give a name called subnet1. Okay. Now what you do here, there is a size. If you just look into it, the size is nothing but /24, and which is equivalent to 256. Can you able to see the size over there? And if you select the drop down list over there, you can able to see plenty of sizes. Okay. So now the size, if you keep 24, then it is 256. If you keep 22, then it is 1024. If you keep like 21, it is 2048. So accordingly, the numbers will change. Now what you do, you put 22 /22 and click on save. So now what you are doing, like you're trying to create a house. The total house capacity is 65,536. Now you are trying to create a room, and inside that room, you are trying to keep 1024 people over there. So logically, it will accept. Okay. So this is how the process works. That's the reason I said you very clear that CIDR numbers and other things, you don't want to keep it inside the head, because the portal is going to give you the exact numbers. Okay. But you just have the two numbers for the reference that might help you. Now click on the pencil button of the subnet one and make it as 24.
Yeah, it is 24.
No, it's
Oh,
22.
sorry.
Yeah. Till this point, everyone are clear? Don't click on save. Hold on. Everyone are clear? Can I have a quick round of
Yes.
S now?
It's
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, perfect. Now, if you see that below that 24, there is a subnet address range. What is the range it starts from? It starts from 10.0.0.0 and all the way it goes till 10.0.0.255. Okay. Now, let me share my screen and let's talk about one more thing. So I share my screen. So as you can able to see that it will be something like this. So it will be keep on going and it will end with 255. And if we just sit and calculate this makes 256. And that makes /24. 1 to 255 is 255, since 0 is there. So add it when? So it becomes 256. Everyone are clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes.
Yes, Satish.
Now if you see here, all the numbers are unique. Okay, there is no repetitive numbers are there. Now for an example, yourself is there. There might be n number of people in this world with your same name. Okay, but exactly your passport number and his passport number is not going to be same, or his PAN number and your PAN number is not going to be same, or any identities. Okay, so that's not going to be exactly same, even though there might be hundreds of thousands of people with your same name. Okay, it's not going to match. Everyone are unique in this world. Like a same way, all the numbers inside the VNet will be unique, no overlap, nothing. Okay, that small thing you have to keep it inside your head. Now you have totally 256 addresses inside the subnet 1. Okay, now what Microsoft will do, even though you have 256, they will take the first 4 and the last 4. Okay, they will take the first 4 and the last one for their other use. So if you just make 256 minus 5, which brings you 251, the remaining number. Okay, that you can use for your purpose. And this 5 addresses you cannot able to use it. Those are allocated to Microsoft. Okay, so you actually get only 251, even though you create 256. It's not only for this particular subnet. Every subnet that you create, 5 addresses are reserved for Microsoft, and Microsoft will not take any random IP addresses. They are very clear that they will just take the first 4 and the last one. So the remaining numbers will be the other numbers. Everyone are clear? For an example, you try to create a subnet 1 with 1024 with a forward slash of 22. You do the minus of 5, and that's what you get actually. So the 5 IP addresses are always reserved for Microsoft. That too, they are very clear that they will take the first 4 and the last one. Everyone are clear? Can I have a big round of S so that this is something really important?
Any
Yes.
specific
Yes.
reason why they take the first 4 and the last 4?
Yeah, they have it. Okay, so they use it for various reasons. Okay, they have a different article for it, why they take it. Okay, so it's purely go into the networking part, so we don't want to dig that much information. And if you're really curious about it to learn, if you just do the
Okay.
Google of it, Microsoft have given a clear documentation for it.
Got it.
Okay, so now the remaining 251 addresses are dedicated for yourself, and you can able to use it. Now let you share your screen. We will do one more round of things. Now click on save. Now I want to create an additional subnet. Then what do I need to do?
So,
Just scroll above,
just
little bit above.
sorry to interrupt. Actually, I mean, just if we create, I mean, the VLAN 10.0.0.1. So in that case, we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4. So the
I
up
will
to
come
4
to
it will
that
be
point.
fine.
I
Yeah.
will come to that point. Okay. Now what you can do, like I want to create one more subnet. Okay. So what do I need to do? You have to click on add subnet button, which is available on just top of that box. Just click on add subnet. And if you see, you have to give a name. And you know what name we have to give? Subnet 2. Now, no. Subnet 2. Now, this subnet 2, what size it needs to be? It needs to be /24. Now, see the address range. It starts from 10.0.1.0 and all the way it will end at 10.0.1.255. Can you keep your cursor over there? Yes. It starts with 1.0 and it ends with 1.255. Click on add button and just show the table a little bit down. Okay, perfect. Now, guys, if you just see here, the subnet when it starts with 10.0.0.0 and all the way it will go with 255. And the next subnet, if you create, it starts with 1.0 and it will end with 1.5255. Okay. Now I want to create one more subnet. Then what do I need to do? And you know how to do it. Just you want to click on add subnet. You want to give a name called subnet 3. And then you want to choose what is the size that you want. /24 is fine for me. No. Little bit above. 1 minute. Just see the address range. It all the way it starts from 2.0 to 2.55. So we know very clear that every addresser should be unique inside the VNet. So there should not be overlap, no duplication, nothing should be there. Okay. So now what few people they do, right? Above the size called 24, there is something called starting address. Can you able to see? It's 10.0.2.0 starting. Okay. You just make it as 4.0. Few people, right, what they do, they always change this. I want something, the address range like 4.0 till 4.255. You can make a change of it. And the starting address is nothing but this is the start place I want. Okay, so you're just defining it. So since you have defined it, so it starts from there. Click on add button and just see the table. It starts from 0.0, 1.0 and 4.0. Now I want to create one more subnet. Just click on add subnet and give a name called subnet 4. So now see, it starts from 2.0. Click on add. That's fine. Click on add. So the system will take whatever the remaining numbers that needs to be taken. So just look, is it looks good? Definitely the answer is no. So it starts with 0, 1, 4, 2. So it's not looks good. So you don't do that job. Okay. So you don't give any starting addresses. Microsoft will just do their sequential order. So you don't define anything at any point of time. Okay. Because there are chances that the people will mess up the infrastructure they do in this way. Okay. Just click on this pencil button of the subnet 4. Just put the starting address range as 4.0. See, you're getting an error which says that it's already there. Okay, so it overlaps, so I cannot able to do it. So these kind of errors will come. So always better there's don't click on that starting address. So just give a name. What is the size that you want? Just do it. That's it. Okay. The remaining things you can just ignore. Okay. Click on cancel and delete the 3 and 4. Okay. Okay. Now subnet 2 is there. Now click on the pencil button. Now, hey boss, I want to keep it like /22. Then what do I need to do? Select 22. Size. No. Size is there now. Yeah. Select 22. Yeah. Which is 1024. So you see what happens here. It starts from 4.0 and it ends with 7.255. Okay. Let's make it easy. Just put 23 /23. It makes me easy for explain. Now see what happens here. It starts with 2.0. Okay. And it will end with 2.55. And it again starts with 3.0 and again it ends with 3.255. So there 256 and here 256. When you make it, then it becomes 256. That creates a subnet. Okay. So your job, you just select the size and the rest of the other things the Microsoft will take care of it. Everyone are clear? You're getting my point, what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
How about the other people? There are like multiple people are there. Only 2 people are talking. How about others?
Got it,
Guys, are
Satish.
you there?
Yes, got it.
Guys, I repeat the statement again. Why the
Can you
reason I'm
explain
getting
about this size?
about this? Okay, I will do it. Not a problem. Guys, I repeat my statement again. Why the reason I'm asking multiple yes or no? The reason behind the scene is very simple. I want you to understand. That's the reason. I can just give an overview like VNet is outer one, subnet is the inner one. Click on review and create. It will create. I can just do like that also. But I want to be royal and ethical to my work, which I'm doing. So at the same way, your work is for learning and you want to be ethical towards it. And by saying yes or no, which will not give me any extra benefits that you know. Okay, I can just keep on talking it and I can just go away. No one is going to ask me any questions. But I want you to understand that's the reason I'm putting an effort. So to sit and talk technically for 1 hour, it's a little bit hard. If you want to give a try, you can give a try. So technically, if you want to talk for continuous 1 hour, it's a little bit challenging. Okay, chit chat we can do, but technically you can't talk more than 1 hour. But we are all doing it, and hardly you're going to say yes or no for more than not for 1 minute also. So give your 100% so that you will learn something extra. Okay, fine. So you want me to repeat on the size, right? So click on the size drop down list. So there are like multiple sizes are there. Okay, so those are the CIDR number. So whatever the number that you are selecting accordingly, that is going to be selected. Just select /24. 24 is nothing but 256. Just select 24 /24. Now automatically you see the address ranges are getting selected. Click on save. Now just create one more subnet. So you're just saying that I want to create a house, and inside the house, how many rooms I want to create, and inside that room, how many people needs to stay. That is the configuration that you're doing by clicking on the size. Inside the subnet 3 house, inside the subnet 3 room, how many people you want to accommodate? You want to accommodate 256 people, or you want to accommodate more than that or less than that. So based on that scenario, you can just give it. Clear?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Now you can click on cancel. So we just started creating a VNet and the subnet. So now at the top, you have the VNet address. Can you able to see below the 1 minute? Hold on. Just show me the table. Now there is an IP address called 10.0.0.0. Okay. And below that, you see the address. So it will start from 10.0.0.0 and all the way it will go and it will end at 10.0.255.255. Okay. And if you just sit and calculate what is the total numbers in between those things, that gives you the number which is known as 65,536. Okay. Now you people might have a little bit clarity about how the CIDR things works. A quick round of tests now.
Yes.
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 Perfect. Click on review and create. Click on create. So we created the VNet right now. So inside the VNet, there are like two subnets are there, the /24 and 24. Now it's getting spinned up. Let's wait for a minute. Once it is done, click on go to resource. Expand the settings on the left hand side. Click on subnet. Now here you can able to see how many subnets are there. There are like two subnets that are there. And I can able to see the available IP address as 251. Why I cannot able to see 256? Why it is 251? Anyone can let me know?
5 is for Microsoft.
Top for Microsoft, yes.
Are reserved by Microsoft.
So Microsoft is reserving few IP addresses, the five, which is the first four and the last. Okay, so the remaining number of 256 minus 5, which is 251. So it will be applicable for all the subnets that you create. Okay, so subnet 1 and subnet 2, we basically have only 251 which are available. I hope everyone are clear. So now I created a VNet. I created a subnet. In future, I want to create one more subnet. Then what do I need to do? Very simple. Click on add a subnet. You can able to create one more subnet as well. Just click on add subnet, the same UI that you will get here. Okay, and you know what to be done here. Okay, very simple. Click on add. That's it. So now subnet 3 is going to be added. Perfect. Now what you can do, you can just refresh your browser completely for 2 times. Okay, perfect. All looks good. Now let's create a virtual machine for today. Just type VM in the search. VM, virtual machine.
Um,
And click on a create button. And you have to give a resource RG1 and give a name called VM1. And what is the availability option that we have to choose, guys?
no infrastructure redundancy required.
Perfect. Click on it. Because we are doing a simple lab. A simple lab, I don't want a greater infrastructure. Just choose Windows. Yeah. Just scroll down. And what is the size that we have to select?
B1S. Sorry, B2.
B2S. Yeah. Click on it and give a username and a password. And once it is done, click on the next button for 2 times. Click on the next button for 2 times. One more time. Now you land on the networking page. Now here, if you see, this virtual machine is going to be created inside one particular VNet and inside one particular subnet. And if you just select the drop-down list of the subnet, you have multiple subnet, subnet 1, subnet 2, and subnet 3. So your machine, this VM1 needs to be created at which place? 1 or 2 or 3. You can just select it accordingly. Now I want to create this on the subnet 1. Let's click on subnet 1. Okay. So now there is a public IP. Okay. And you can able to see that the public IP is going to be created with a name known as VM1-IP. So I don't want any public IP for my machine. Okay. If you don't want, then click on none. Okay. If you want, then don't do anything. Keep it default. It will create a public IP. Just keep it default. Select the drop-down list. Under the public IP. No. Just under the public IP, leave it default. If you leave it default, the system will have a public IP. Okay. So now this is going to have a public IP for you, and the public IP name will be VM1-IP. Now click on review and create. So once the validation is completed, click on a create button. Okay. Now let me share my screen. Meanwhile, the creation goes in the background. I share my screen. So now what we did, let me explain it. Okay. Now I created a VNet, VNet 1. And inside the VNet, I created 3 subnets. Subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3. And inside this VNet, I just created one particular VM1. Okay, this is a stuff that we did. Few people might have a doubt that, hey, earlier classes like we didn't create any VNet and we didn't create any subnet. Then what would be happening? Okay, it will create a default VNet and it will create a default subnet for you in the background. Okay, now since you have learned it, now you are trying to understand it better. That's it. Now you are just placing this VM1 inside the VNet 1 and the subnet 1. This particular machine will have 2 IP address. It will have a public IP, since we know very well that We ignored it by default. By default, it will have a public IP. If you feel that the machine does not wants to have a public IP, you should click on none. Okay. Now we didn't click on none, so it will have a public IP and it will have a private IP as well. Why it is having a private IP? I didn't select it. Why it is having? Because the reason is very simple. I have given you a previous example that the VNet and the subnets are private. Okay. Since you create this virtual machine inside the VNet and the subnet, this guy will have a private IP also. So basically, this machine will have a public IP as well as this machine will have a private IP also. Okay. So what will be the private IP of this particular machine will be? It will be 10.0.0.4. This will be the private IP address of the VMware. So how do you know that? Very simple. If you just come to my previous example, this guy, okay. So I've given you a very clear statement that this is the list of IP address that are going to be there for my subnet one. Clear? Now, I know very clear that the first four and the last one is reserved from Microsoft. The remaining 251 are my own addresses. What is the first available IP address? It's 10.0.0.4. So if I try to create my VM1 here, so this will be the IP address which will be allocated for my VM1. Everyone are clear?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's clear.
Yes.
Now, if I try to create a second virtual machine inside the VNet 1 and subnet 1, what will be the private IP? The next available number,
0.5.
0.5. So sequentially, whenever you keep more machines, it will occupy one IP addresses. Is everyone are clear? Can I have a quick round of S now?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Since you guys are clear, let me ask you a simple question. Now, I will create a VM3 inside the VNet 1 and inside the subnet 3. Okay. So what will be the private IP address? Can anyone give me the answer for this?
0.4.
VM3 0.4.
4.
It's wrong.
10.0.3.4.
3.4. Again, it's wrong.
2.4 because subnet 3 will start from 2, right? I mean 0, 1, 2. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be 10.0.2.4. Guys, this guy is allocated for first one. So the second guy will be 1 and the third guy will be 2. And the first 4 will be reserved for Microsoft. So the next one will be 4. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
The people who got it, okay, so you might be giving 100%. I know few people, it might be a little bit challenging for you. So getting this points and max or little bit hard for you. So if it is hard for you, you're not getting my point, not a problem at all. Just rewatch the recording one more time. Okay. So you will understand it better. Now you know a little bit here and there, here and there. Now if you rewatch it one more time, so the things will go directly inside your head so that it makes you better. Okay, perfect. So now this will be the number which is known as 10.0.2.4. So let's quickly go into your machine. I believe the creation of the virtual machine would have been completed. You can share your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, click on go to resource. Now the status of the machine is running, and if you just scroll down here, yeah, hold on. Now there is a networking, and inside the networking you can able to see that there is a public IP address which is 74.225.243.1.0. Okay, and it has a private IP also which is 10.0.0.4. Can you keep your cursor on the public and the private IP for the audience? Yeah, this is the public IP. Okay, and you have a private IP also below. Okay, 10.0.0.4. So I hope everyone are clear. So usually what we will do in order to connect to the machine, so we will just click on connect button, we will download the RDP file, we will click on connect, we'll provide the password, we will get into the machine, right? So that is a one way of taking the RDP towards the server. Let's look into the another mechanism. In your base machine, just type RDP. In your base, no, not on the global search, not on the global search. In your base machine, Windows logo is there, no? In your base machine. No.
Sorry.
Yes. Just type RDP. There is a remote desktop connection. Click on this. And it will prompt you to enter the IP address. Enter the public IP address. Just go to the first tab of the browser and bring that pop-up guy here. No, bring that guy to the screen. Just enter it. If it is not working, just manually type. It's not a big deal. 74.225.243.10. 150. Yeah, click on connect. Now you provided your public IP address. Now you want to provide the username and the password. 1 minute. This is not the username. I know. Okay. So click on more choice. Yeah, choose a different account. Yeah, give a username and password. So you have to provide the username and password exactly. Okay, or else it will not log in. You know very well. Click on OK. Click on S. So now the connectivity towards the server is done. So you can able to see that the server is getting connected. So like this also you can just take an RDP, or else no boss, I will download the RDP file. Then I will take it. That also you can do. Anything, whatever which makes you comfortable, you can just do it. Now you know how the process is working. That's the reason we just do this in an alternative way. So let's minimize this completely. Minimize this. And I will let you know how the RDP file is also working. Just download the RDP file by clicking on connect. On download RDP file. This is the usual mechanism that we do, right? Now open that RDP file in the Notepad version. Yeah, click on it and right click on the file and open with Notepad. Open with, choose another app. Notepad, just once. So what is happening behind the scene, just making you to understand. Just see. So what it is basically doing it, right? So whatever the public IP address we typed over there, so that same IP address are done. Okay. And there is a username. The username is also defined here. So basically it has been downloaded. Now when you basically what we will do, we will download the RDP file and we will just double tap it. Just double tap that file. Go to the download session. It will directly prompt you that, hey boss, like what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect to the 74.225.243.1.0. Okay, we will just click on connect. So the username is automatically filled up. It will prompt you to enter the password. We will enter and we will go. Okay, this is the usual mechanism that we do. And no, sir, I don't want to download. I will enter it manually. You can do it. Okay, fine, not a problem. No, not needed. Not needed. So cancel. Just giving you the explanation how it works. That's it. Now open the downloaded open the virtual machine RDP. Yeah, see the machine is connected. Till this point, everyone are clear?
Yes.
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 Okay. Now let's do one more activity. Minimize this completely. Minimize the complete virtual machine.
Yeah.
Go to the portal.azure.com.
Yeah.
Click on the overview on the left hand side, the first option. Just scroll down. You can able to see the private IP also. Yeah. So There are like two IP addresses are there. Now, what happens if I hit the private IP? Let's give a try. Open RDP in your base machine. Just put 10.0.0.4. Click on connect. What will happen? Let's see. So with the public IP, the connectivity was possible. Let's try with the same private. And let's see the behavior. It's not connecting. It's not prompting us to enter the username and a password. So the connectivity is not possible even though the machine is running. Okay. You want to understand why it is not connecting when you use the private IP. For that, let me share my screen. So now this guy is sitting in his house, correct? Now what he did, he just entered the public IP in the RDP. The connectivity was possible. It was working. All good. Now the same guy sitting in his house and just hitting the private IP called 10.0.0.4, the connectivity is not possible because this reason is very simple. So this guy is outside the VNet trying to access the private machine which is running inside the zone called VNet. So definitely he can't able to do it. Okay. If he wants to do, he wants to be inside this boundary. And if he just types 10.0.0.4, now the connectivity will be possible. For that, this guy, he needs to be inside the VNet WAN. Currently, he is not inside the VNet WAN. He is inside his house. Okay. So he cannot able to use the private IP to get into it. Very simple. We use this particular example. You all remember the shuttle one. You guys said me very clear that this guy, okay, this guy cannot able to access the bus which is running inside the office. Why so? Because it's a private bus which is running inside the compound and you can't access that from the outside. If you want to access that, you want to be inside the office, then only you can able to access the bus. Like the same mechanism, this is the private machine which is running inside the compound of the VNet WAN. So you can't able to talk from outside by using private. And if you want to access it, you want to be inside the compound of the VNet WAN, then you can able to communicate. If you are outside, then the connection is not possible. Then how previously it is possible? Because you are trying to use a public IP. And as I mentioned very clear that public IP, anyone can able to access. Okay. He can access, even I can access. Even in my laptop, when I open my RDP file, and if I put the IP address called 74 dot something, 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 when I click on connect, it will connect. It will ask me the username and password. In the background, the scene, if he shares a username and password, even I can able to take a remote connection to the server. Guys, do you all understand the topic, what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
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 So everyone can able to take an RDP towards this VMware if they know three things. One is the public IP, another one is the username, another one is the password. If anyone knows that, anyone in this world can able to talk. Okay, but private you can't. For that you have to be inside the VNet WAN. Okay. So now getting inside the VNet WAN is really possible? Definitely the answer is no, because you know very well that this VNet is inside the data center, and the data center is Central India. So you want to take your laptop, okay? He needs to take his laptop and he needs to go to the data center and say that, hey boss, my VNet is inside this particular building. I need to go inside. And 200%, you know very well that the security will not allow him by saying this kind of things. So we are not allowed to enter into the data center if the resources are running. Clear? So this is impossible. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but if we create one more VMware in the same VNet and
That we will do it tomorrow. I got your point. Okay.
okay.
So that
Okay.
activity we will do tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh. So that's it for today. So everyone are clear? Can I have a quick round of S now?
Yes.
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 Yes, sir.
Guys who are
Yes.
not clear, just rewatch the recording. You will get it clear. And just please don't skip any of the classes. Just ideally think that one guy who is not just joining today and he's not checking the recording, just coming tomorrow and sitting inside the class when we talk about the CADF, VNet and Subnet, he will get something? Definitely the answer is no. So he will just feel that, okay, boss, this Azure is not my cup of tea, and he will not continue. This is what happens. So just be 100% when it comes to your work. Okay. So just try to join. There might be some important work in this world. Just go ahead and do that. Family, other personal life is also important. So just go ahead and do that. At least check the recording before you join the next one so that you will make it better. Okay. So that's a small thing which I can say. So that's it for today. We will connect tomorrow and we will learn even more at the ladder. Thanks everyone for joining with me. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir.